Hello, my buffalo, Pikafan003 here, and today, if you couldn't tell by my attire, reaction video! Anyway, sorry for that bit of weirdness. Now, a little note about my attire, other than there's no change in the headband, but the dog tags, trimmed them down to my top three. My waifu, best princess, Luna, and best of the main characters that I have being Pinkie Pie, since I don't have a Fluttershy. Now, if you couldn't read the title, or just too lazy because, ooh, new video, let's watch it. The fanfic that I'm going to be reacting to by Crazybird101 is called A Somber Year. Now, there's a bit of warning in the beginning that says dystopian AU, dark themes, language, psychological torture, very evil Twilight Sparkle, changed to Twilight Terror, because she's 100% evil, and OC in this, and Sparkle doesn't sound that evil. OC-ness, duh. Violence, character deaths, gore, future lemon, angst, possible typos or writing errors, disturbing content. She put, I do not own My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Neither do I. That's copyright Hasbro. And flames will be used to roast marshmallows for Fluttershy in Discord. Or sausages. But anyway, into the fic. Shining Armor's head was impaled onto a pike just outside of the Crystal Castle. Mouth slightly agape and eyes still widened from the initial terror he felt before his life ended. The former captain of the Canterlot Royal Guard barely stood a chance against the dark magic used by King Sombra. The last thing he heard, the Grey Stallion dark cackle before his vision faded, but he died in fear for his wife. For his sister, for his friends, for all of Equestria. Over time, ponies would come to envy the fallen prince, for he wouldn't be around to endure the horrible future that would befall all of Equestria. Twilight Sparkle was crying, feeling alone and forgotten. She prayed that her friends were all right, that they were able to escape before it was too late. But her brother, her dear brother, Shiny, she whimpered. Warm tears flooding down her cheeks, memories of watching Sombra ripping her brother's head right off his body and slamming it down on a pike came rushing back. She screamed and cried for her brother, refusing to accept that he was really dead, wanting to actually hug his head. It had been 3 days since Sombra had taken over the Crystal Empire. All of its residents easily submitted themselves to the tyrant's rule and returned to work in the mines in chains. She, however, had been purposely spared, locked up and chained in the darkness of the dungeon. She cried day in and day out, only stopping to sleep, just to cry again the next morning when she found herself in the same dreaded place. King Sombra enjoyed seeing her suffer, mocking her for her failure and how she had been foolish to even think she could outsmart every pony like himself. It only brought her more grief. Just kill me already, please, she begged him. Sombra gave her a dark, sadistic chuckle in reply. Then we would miss out on all the fun. After all, I have special plans for you, Twilight Sparkle. It sent a shiver down her spine, thinking about what the stallion had in store for her in the future. All that mattered, though, was that her friends were safe, that they were able to reach Princess Celestia, and that she and the others would come to her rescue and defeat Sombra once and for all. Princess Celestia will rescue me, Twilight said defiantly, tears brimming in her eyes. Sweet Twilight, Sombra crooned chillingly. She's yet to even show up. What makes you think that she would come to your aid? Because I'm her most faithful student, Twilight Sparkle said proudly. Really now, Sombra mused, for a pony to be a student of Celestia's meant that they are worthy, possibly powerful. Young mare, Sombra chuckled. I could teach you far more things than that pathetic excuse of an alicorn. Twilight's eyes widened even with anger. "Don't you ever insult the princess like that," she roared, "and I will never join you. I would rather die by your cold hooves than betray the princess." Sombra saw the defiance in her eyes and sighed deeply. "Perhaps we have a lot of training ahead of us." The king then grinned darkly, sadistically. "Let's see how long it takes for a mare such as yourself to break." His red horn started to glow at the tip. Twilight could only scream as she endured the worst nightmare over and over. Seeing the disappointment on Celestia's face would forever embed itself in her mind. Sombra enjoyed seeing the younger Alicorn cry and suffer. He focused harder, making the nightmare seem more real. Twilight covered her head with her hooves, curling up on the cold, unforgiving floor, and screaming at the top of her lungs while tears coursed down her face. Sombra eventually stopped after a half-hour to rest. "My," he panted, "you're a strong filly, aren't you?" Twilight weakly opened her eyes. Both were puffy and red from the crying she's done. She slowly got on all fours. "I will never break," she said weakly. "Princess Celestia will come for me. You'll see." Sombra smirked. He couldn't help but admire the mare's strong will. "I can assure you, the princess will never come for you. If your friends can survive the frozen terrain, that is." "My friends will get to her. You'll see. Princess Celestia and the Canterlot Royal Guard will come and stop you." Sombra stared at the young mare. This was going to take much longer than he originally intended. "It appears I have a lot of work to do with you," he murmured. He then narrowed his crimson irises toward the young mare and grinned darkly. "Let us begin round 2, then." He chuckled as the tip of his horn glowed once more. The princess, nor her friends, ever came, however. So that was the end of Chapter 1, and a little footnote here. I should warn all of you that this won't be your ordinary happy-go-lucky My Little Pony fanfic. There will be some disturbing content, but there is practically centered mostly around Sombra and Twilight Sparkle. This is rather good so far. I'm actually kind of excited to read more. So, Crazybird. She's a good friend. If you ever watch this, Crazybird, let you know, I think it's awesome. It's an awesome fic so far. You got awesome images going through my head. It's an all-around good fic. Can't wait to read more. And if you can't wait to read more, leave a like, post it in your favorites, leave a comment, or, better yet, get an account on fanfiction, and tell her what you think of the fic yourself. Or, if you don't want to do that, you could just leave a comment down below, and I'll tell her what your comments say. So, with that, that has been Chapter 1 of A Somber Year. So, like I said, leave a like, put it in your favorites, leave a comment, please. And this has been Pikafan003, signing off. Keep it Buffalo, my army. Keep it Buffalo. Yeah!